Hello, my amazing, adventurous Aries. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your twin flame bonus reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And Aries, I am typically only doing 3 twin flame bonus readings, but when I saw that you were number 4 and it is your birthday season, happy birthday, happy Aries season, I decided I would do it for you anyways because I really appreciate all of your support and likes on the channel. Again, if you want to be put back to number 1, hit that like button if it resonates. So this is what popped up in the cleansing ceremony, Aries. We had deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So someone is hiding their true feelings, not expressing their authentic self. And then we also had reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So it does look like this is someone from your past that's coming around and they are wearing some sort of false mask here. Okay. Also, those light beams that are in here, I've tried to, put different lighting situations and they just want to be. So that's that firepower from Aries. As you guys may or may not know, I use candles in all my readings and I've never really had these, rays of light, but Aries is your firepower. Okay, anyway, so we have the Page of Pentacles. This could be someone who's an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or has like that really heavily in their chart. But the Page of Pentacles is someone who has something to invest, but hasn't really decided exactly where they want to invest in, right? In terms of a long-term commitment, in terms of, a money investment, housing, right? It's someone who knows that they want to start something to build a kingdom, but they're still not planting that seed, right? We have the Three of Swords, which is telling me there has been a lot of heartbreak when it comes to this situation. It could be due to a third party, but there's a lot of, heartbreak and hurt and pain that is associated with this. And I feel like this person is also carrying that burden of pain as well. And with the World card coming out, that's the last card of tarot, right? So this does indicate that a cycle is really coming to a close here. Okay, so it looks like they're coming back around. And it's possible that they're carrying this heartbreak, and whatever is going to happen is going to really close a really big cycle here. Okay. So let's take a look-see, shall we? All right. So what we're going to do is take a look into the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. We will also take a look into the connective. In the extended, we'll take a look into how the feminine can manifest their will, and then how the masculine will physically or energetically respond to that, and then some advice on how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline. The first 10 people will get the extended for 50% off if you're interested in making that purchase. I will drop a promo code at the end of the video. Okay, let's see. Where's the Divine Feminine right now? Where's the Divine Feminine in this relationship? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it does seem like the feminine is really concerned with, I'm going to bring some more light in, is really concerned with, a higher level of commitment. We see that there's this Page of Pentacles who, has so much to invest, but is just being very weary of actually investing it. And it looks like the Divine Feminine is kind of like, no, I want a higher, okay. Yeah, okay. Maybe an engagement has been called off for some of you, or you didn't get that, but it does seem like the Divine Feminine just wants something solid. It looks like, the Divine Feminine is committing to something, and it feels more like herself in this, which is causing, the relationship to ascend in general. All right, let's see. What is the Divine Feminine desiring right now? Okay, I'm hearing that the Divine Masculine wants to come in. Let's see where the Divine Masculine is. So he's around, like, separation, like they are very adamant about what is going on. We have separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon, and past life relationship in reverse. You have known each other before. So again, it did feel like the Divine Feminine is, getting more in engagement with herself and committing to herself more than anything. And the masculine is feeling like they need time apart. They need to be separated. It could be that they're dealing with a bad past life relationship, getting rid of some karmic sort of things, or, you know, bad past life karma. It could also be that they are getting out of a relationship with somebody else that isn't like a deep soul connection, right? It's not a love that has carried on from another lifetime. Let's see, what is the Divine Feminine wanting from this relationship right now? Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is commitment, right? The Queen of Swords, she signs contracts, right? She is a woman of her word. So the Divine Feminine is keeping these commitments to herself. You know, it's really sitting in the throne of authority of like, this is, you know, communicating very clearly, a little bit disregarding of other people's emotions, which is okay, especially when you're setting boundaries of like, nope, I want that kind of commitment, period. And again, just really sitting in authority here. Let's see more about what's going on with the Divine Feminine. The Devil in reverse. Yeah, and if you want to have a toxic connection with me, goodbye. Like, it's literally like, I don't want anything toxic. I don't want to be in a relationship with, you know, the devil, which is any sort of negative physical attachment to someone. So it's like literally just standing in truth of like, nope, I want what I want, and I don't want to be, you know, have any sort of negative ties or, right? Because the devil would try to like sneak something in, you know what I mean, into a contract of like, if you don't read the fine print, well, then you're just a slave to your own lust or a slave to someone else sort of thing. And the Divine Feminine's like, no, absolutely not. Let's see what's going on in the light. Fool in reverse. Yeah, is unwilling to give this another chance until it is ready to ascend to a higher level of commitment. Like, I'm not taking any risks. I'm not gonna dance with the devil and get effed over. Let's see what's the shadow. Five of Wands. But there is some conflict here. It's causing internal conflict. So it does seem to be stressing the Divine Feminine out. Like, Five of Wands can be, you know, chaos and fighting and stuff. So it could be in the shadow, could be fighting with the Divine Masculine. It does feel like there's some sort of information that the Divine Feminine is blind to that she doesn't necessarily like. And it feels like that's why it's like, okay, well, I want a higher level of commitment. And it's because of like, you know what? I don't really care about this other stuff. I've been kept in the dark about a lot of things, but one thing is for sure, I want that, and period, is what I'm getting. Tell us more about this Five of Wands. Temperance. Yeah, but so the Divine Feminine is going through this sort of chaos. It does feel like in the past, because a definitive decision has been made, and the Divine Feminine is very much standing in their truth of like, no, I'm not giving any sort of a chance for me to get played the fool. You know, I'm not going to get tricked into any sort of bad deal with the devil. You know, I want a higher level of commitment, and right now that's to myself. And even though this is causing some turmoil, it feels like it's more in the past, so the Divine Feminine's able to let it go more. But she is trying to find, you know, her temper about this. So, you know, and Aries, you know, you rule the temper. And so it really feels like trying to find, you know, water that is soothing, you know, like there's this like extreme cold energy and then extreme hot on the other, and trying to do, you know, some sort of back and forth balance game with emotions to try to make sure that you're cool. So it does look like, you know, of course, this chaos that has ensued, of course, that's very triggering to an Aries, and it's like, whew, firepower. And now it looks like you're really committed to being like, you know what? Not even worthy of my fire. You get my cold now. And then really trying to bring some of that, you know, like cold cutting energy in order to try to find emotional balance in this situation. Okay, so we see the Divine Masculine is, you know, in an energy of like, yeah, we need time apart. All right, let's see. What are they desiring out of the relationship? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they don't want to commit. they don't want to plant the seed. They don't want to, yeah, I mean, like we saw at Page of Pentacles, we know who they are, right? They have this ability to commit, but they're like, nope, I'm not going to give this coin away right now. Tell us more about that. Two of Pentacles. I was like, I feel like there's somebody else here too in their energy. But yeah, it does look like they're juggling a lot right now. They could be focused on money, could be focused on, you know, maybe even traveling. They could be getting a lot of like money brought to them at the moment. But also I feel like they could be juggling two separate physical relationships. What's in the light here? Six of Swords. Yeah, this is them leaving. They know that they'll be back for sure. They know they'll be back. They're trying to find their physical balance as like, you know, the Divine Feminine's trying to find the emotional, the Masculine's trying to find his footing in the actual, you know, 3D world, you know, because if he focuses on that, then he feels stable sort of thing. But yeah, Six of Swords, this is him leaving. Like, it seems like it might have been done a little bit impulsively, because whenever this comes out, I always take that they are being guided by whatever constellation the sun is in, and the sun is in Aries, of course. So it feels like, you know, they made some sort of impulsive decision of like, all right, like I'm out of here, or it's possible, Aries, that you were like, no, get out of here. And they're like, okay, we need to be away. Because that could be you as the guiding force. But this is my card of Pandora's box. Like, you know, of leaving a conversation, holding Pandora's box, knowing that it's going to get opened at a different time, but just really needing to leave the situation. So it does look like they know that they will be back at some time. Like there's still a lot that needs to be divulged and talked about. What's the shadow here? Judgment. Yeah, they're really stuck in judgment. They're judging themselves. It feels like they're judging you as well. And it feels more like that Pandora's box of like, oh, there's just so much that I have to say. And like, I'm so afraid of the judgment that will happen. But the thing is in the way that they are judging themselves is changing them, right? This is also an alchemical process of rebirth, of being born again from the ashes, this scorpionic, you know, type transformation. So they are going through some sort of deep transformation, as there's some kind of like, I'm getting like gilded regret that has to go along with leaving. Tell us more about this. Judgment. Page of Swords. Yeah, they know that they said some wrong things, or that they're not able to communicate correctly, because the Page of Swords is when, like, you know, the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine energies and communication just aren't as advanced. Like this page has a sword and swings it around, doesn't really care about who it hurts, doesn't really care about, you know, who gets cut, right? Like what blood is spilled. This is also some blood magic. So just saying, the masculine. And, you know, in reverse, it's like they don't want to say anything that will hurt you. They don't want to hear things from you that is going to hurt them, of judgment. They don't want to be judged by the feminine, but they also don't want to say anything to hurt. Like literally just trying to avoid pain. Trying to avoid pain is what I'm feeling that the masculine is doing. Like, yep, okay, I'm out of here. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to say anything. You know, I'm just trying to get my physical balance where it needs to be. Might be working out and stuff. I think this came out in the Capricorn reading, the Page of Swords in reverse. So if you have Capricorn placements or are dealing with Capricorn, I highly suggest you check that one out. But yeah, they're fine with not communicating at the moment. All right, let's see what's in the connective. Coming out stuck. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Yeah, so this is actually bringing you closer together, and you're getting to know who each other are. You know, as the feminine commits more to herself, the masculine is like, okay, you know what I mean? Like she won't accept, you know, anything that's, you know, she's not giving me another chance in this sort of way. And the feminine is seeing from the masculine, like, wow, he really is unable to, you know, commit. And because of that, like, yeah, he knows there needs to be separation. So you are, you know, revealing your deepest, most selves to each other, even though it does seem very uncomfortable. Let's see what else is in the connective. Four of Cups. You both might be meditating, might be really trying to find your like emotional grounding, like try to rebuild your emotional foundation. And what I'm getting is that this is really building emotional foundation between both of you. You know, you're getting to know each other, and that's how you're understanding, like, okay, your own emotional polarities of masculine and feminine, and then their emotional polarities of masculine and feminine, and how that builds, you know, a square that is the foundation of the tower that you will build. Tell me more about that. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, with the Hierophant. So things are moving forward, but neither of you are really ready for any sort of commitment right now. It's just not really time. You're focusing on the emotional foundation. Again, with the Knight of Pentacles, you know, it does indicate that things are physically moving forward together. And even though we see there is separation, you are getting to know each other, which is moving things forward, even if it is at a snail's pace. Okay? Because the Knight of Pentacles is like Taurus energy. It's like slow and steady wins the race. But it does seem like both of you are kind of discontent with the slowness of it, because the Hierophant is also, again, Taurus energy in reverse. So, you know, this can be coming into union for marriage. This can be coming into union for any reason, right? The Hierophant indicates a third-party structure to bring both forces together, whether it's through contract, whether it's through, you know, I mean, marriage is a contract, right? Like, anything that wants to be obtained, right? You want this certain job, okay, do things by the book and you'll get there. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't, well, then you get whipped. There will be pain if you don't do things the way you need to do them. But it does feel like both parties, the feminine and masculine, feel like they're kind of playing the blame game a little bit, where it's like, you know, like neither parties are doing things by the book, is what I want to say. But yeah, there's no, let's see, what's the light energy here? Five of Pentacles. Yeah, both have physically rejected each other. Okay. And again, it does feel like there is this kind of blame game going on, but the truth of the matter in the connective is the Five of Pentacles, that, you know, physically there has been a rejection. The feminine's like, no, I'm not giving you another chance. And the masculine's like, okay, then I'm rejecting you. I'm not investing. What's this? What's the shadow? Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, and neither really wants to hear from each other at this moment. Neither is really like, oh yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from them. This is very much like, okay, you know, focusing on your own emotional foundation here. Or it could be that because it's fiery, like, it could be more on the Aries side of like, you know, I don't really want to hear from you. But it does seem like they might be trying to listen in to the Divine Feminine. The Divine Masculine, it feels like in the upside down, like in the astrals, they're actually keeping their ear open to see what is going on. Tell me more about that Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune. So things are moving forward. They're waiting to hear good news, but they're not like, you know, like, oh, I wish you would text me, like, you know, right now or something like that. Or it's not like that. It's more in the astrals, like waiting to hear when things have finally been able to move forward and a new cycle can begin. So interesting. Let's see what needs to be said about love right now. What needs to be said about love? Like I said in the extended, we'll take a look at how the Divine Feminine can manifest what they desire, which does seem to be a higher form of commitment, like a solid contract with no weird clauses, you know what I mean? And then we'll see if you do that, how the Divine Masculine will respond. And then some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. And the first 10 get 50% off for the extended. I will drop that code momentarily. So we have 2. Going right to the Wheel of Fortune. The strongest emotion is often expressed in silence. going right to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So again, it does feel like, you know, there has been some sort of silence in this relationship. Again, I did feel that there was not communication, and it's like, you know, I really don't want to hear from you. Again, this separation not only seems to be physical, but the masculine has decided, like, all right, I'm out of this conversation. I don't want to get hurt by that sword, and I don't want to swing it around like an idiot. And so, yeah, like, there still is a lot of strong emotions that are happening in silence. And we can see that, you know, with the Divine Feminine dealing with all of this sort of chaos and trying to bring emotional temperament so that the foundation of the emotional, you know, exchange and the connective can be stable. And both parties are working on that. And it looks like, going right to the Wheel of Fortune again, there is this emphasis on, like, hoping, you know, that things will move forward, and then silence, you know, in reverse. It won't be silent anymore. We have love is like a storm. It is fresh and cleansing. It is natural and essential. It is powerful and fulfilling, and nothing can get in its way. And it's true. And because it's coming out in reverse, it's very much like, you know, Aries, it seems like the Divine Feminine is trying to handle the chaos on their own and find emotional temperament rather than, you know, physically be working through it together. And, you know, the storm, it's like you're concealing the storm within you and dealing with that. And with Venus and Aries as well, and Gemini, Mars and Gemini, I liken it to a fire tornado. So there's a lot of, like, type energy. But the thing is, it feels like the love, like the way it was exchanged, was not very fresh and cleansing to you. You know what I mean? It wasn't coming natural. It was just sort of, you know, like, if it came natural, you would go at them. You know what I mean? And out of all signs, you're the one that knows, like, yeah, I go after what I want, but you are really holding your boundaries straight. Like, no, I want this. And yeah, so, you know, when you're ready to enact that storm, nothing can get in your way, Aries. Nothing can get in your way. And we will do Storm, all capital letters, STORM, for the extended to get 50% off. If you would like to follow me there, click the link in the description box below. Let's get one more. I'm going to pull an angel for you guys to head us into the extended. What angel would like to come out? We have Indigo and Crystal Children, Archangel Metatron. So you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Yeah, Aries, I mean, we were just talking sort of about that. You know, you can be a storm. Nothing can get in your way. It can be very scary, right? You're the emperor. If something gets in your way, you just burn it to the ground. And it's a lovely quality, right? And that sort of sensitivity of, like, you know, like being, you know, easily triggered. And it's a good thing to be easily triggered in certain situations, but it does look like the way that this can be applied can help future generations. And Indigo and Crystal Children, which are children that are sent here with an immense amount of spiritual and psychic knowledge and are very tuned into the energies of the earth. And it looks like this has something to do with that. You might have a child like this, or you might even be creating a child with your Divine Masculine that is one of these, you know, sensoriums, sort of the new species as it's, like, evolving, you know. So, Aries, like I said, if you'd like to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.